I think what happened was that the gallery contacted the collection, who contacted Lincoln Food Bank Central and said, we want the painting to come to a food bank. So they got in touch with me and said, do you want a painting to come? And I didn't, I'm not going to lie, I didn't quite understand the implications of that.
We've worked with the National Gallery before on other projects, and so we're sort of aware of one another, and they very kindly emailed us. So we snapped the hand off and said, yes, please, we'd love to.
When we were looking to do the tour, we looked for different regions of the country that we wanted to work in, and we looked for museums and galleries and cultural organisations already in those regions doing amazing community work, because what we wanted this tour to do is not only to bring this picture to these audiences and to these communities, but to also see how this tour could support the fantastic work that local museums and galleries are already doing.
It's a city of two halves, really. So you've got the top of the hill with the cathedral and the cultural quarter and the castle, and which is really quite well off. But if you drop down to the bottom of the hill, the picture's very, very different, and you've got some fairly gritty areas, and there isn't a lot of mixing between the two.
Sort of getting people out and involved is sometimes it's a bit of a struggle, but they're good people once you get them out of their doors and into a community space. People get on, and they realise that they've got more in common than divides them.
The food bank is really a hook into a social life for them, really. And when I arrived here, we decided to big up the crafts as a way of helping people cope with their isolation and their mental health.
My two hopes have been, firstly, that people that use the food bank get to see something that lifts their spirits, but also that people that love art get to see a food bank and find out what a food bank is all about. And it breaks down perhaps some misconceptions about what a food bank is and who the sort of people that use food banks are.
The most exciting moment in all of these tours is when, the communities come in and are part of the tour. We've got this amazing community collage here, the picture being brought to life in fabric that's going to stay as this, really long reminder for people of this amazing artwork that came here.
My favourite part of the painting is the bird's nest. It really pops out of the painting, and that's what I did myself on the collage, because that was my favourite piece.
The detail in the flowers, the fact that you wouldn't get all those flowers. I like my garden, I love gardening, and I like seeing what happens throughout the year.
I'm amazed. I am amazed that we've got such a big picture, because if you think about it, that's more than life size. You don't get flowers that big.
It's one of those that every time you look at it, you can find something new to look at as well.
Yeah.
It's a really understated painting in a way, and it's so incredible at the same time, isn't it? It's beautiful.
I've never seen the painting before, no, never. No, I've just walked in. It obviously catches your eye as soon as you walk in, doesn't it? And then when you get closer to it, you can see the detail the guys put into the... It's a beautiful painting, beautiful. And then obviously it represents something as well, which makes it even more special, I suppose, doesn't it? Hope. Generosity. Well, and blossoming. That's the main thing. That's the thing I take from that. It's a blossoming, isn't it? Everything on that thing looks like it's blossoming. So as a person, that's what I take from it, yeah.
There's so much from the painting. Some people love the story of the painting, the facts about the painting. We've had people come in and they just want to know how much it's worth, or some people love that there's an ant hidden on it. Everybody gets a different thing from it. But if everyone's getting something, it's a unifying experience. We've had people come in, and I've seen them over sort of a couple of years, and I know their stories, and for them to see something that is beautiful coming to them, it's been really moving, and you can see the effect that it has on them. It lifts their spirits, it gives them a bit of it's come to their community, and then when all the other people come in to visit it, they're coming to visit their community. This is their place, this is their home, and this amazing thing, this amazing painting has come to them. So it's been really fantastic, just absolutely wonderful. And to see loads of people here from different walks of life chatting and getting on and doing art, for me it's been really moving. That's the sort of diverse, inclusive community that I really want to see.